Good evening, friends and family. My name is Brooklyn Mitchell. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain. You may be seated.
Good evening. Let's try that again. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Paula Piercy, and I am a great fan and part of the family of Pineview Elementary School. Yeah, thank you. Now, before we begin, I will be amiss to not say, giving honor to God, who provided all of our blessings and why we're here tonight. Also, I want to thank the pastor and support staff of this great, great church of Jacob Chapel. Thank you so much for supporting Pineview Elementary students and staff. Give them a big round of applause. Now, I know you guys are excited and you're happy. I saw tears coming in, and that's okay. I'm quite sure we can find plenty of tissue for you. But please, no boo-hoo-hooing. If you can hold it down, please, just until we get to the end. And then you may cry out as loud as you wish for your lovely darlings. That's okay. That was fine. But don't you start that. So, without prolonging the program, we're going to get started. We're going to go as printed. And so we're going to start with our speech from Miss Ayana Rackley. Give her another hand clap while she walks up this way.
Someone once asked me what it's like to be a jaguar. The answer to this question isn't as simple as remembering Miss Nash's math chants, Miss Thompson's reading songs, or even Mr. Williams' old school playlist. Due to the complexity of this response, I'll share my experience from beginning to end. Earlier in the school year, I presented my speech on the uniqueness and strength of actual jaguars. But today, I'll be sharing those same qualities that we possess as baby jags. To be a jaguar means you take responsibility and be a part of a strong community. Being a member of the Pineview family requires you to work together and help each other. It's seen in our classrooms, school plays, and even on the playground. Another key quality is being honest. Well, for the most part, some of us were. Hey, we're kids and we're still learning. While this trait will take longer for some of us, no shade, our teachers have taught us the importance of it and we'll fully learn it, if not today, then maybe tomorrow. Towards the end of my experience as a jaguar, I realized just how important and amazing it was. For example, my teachers pushed me to be better and helped me. It wasn't always easy, but my teachers were able to be there and help me through it. Even when some of the students didn't display Pineview behaviors, the teachers still worked hard and didn't give up on us. Without my Pineview village, I wouldn't be here right now. It was not only me. They also helped other students along the way. No matter what happened, they was always there to help and give laps if needed. Being a jaguar doesn't mean being perfect or trying to outshine others. It simply means learning how to grow and accepting what we can do right now. As you go to whatever school or path that you choose, just remember the Jaguar motto. Be safe, be responsible, be respectful, and be a team player. Once a Jaguar, always a Jaguar. Thank you.
At this time, we would like to present Ayana with a beautiful award that she so deservingly has displayed throughout the school year. Ayana presented at the district for Pineview because of her speaking qualities, her ability to construct a speech. I told her, I need something, Ayana, I need it. At 9 o'clock, I'm sitting in my bed and I receive an email. It's from Ayana. So this is her work. She's a beautiful and outstanding scholar, so we would like to reward her this time with this award. Congratulations.
Thank you guys. You've been such a wonderful audience. Before we move through the program, I am going to call the wonderful shepherd of this house up to have a word with you, Pastor Hagler. I'm sorry. He's coming up now, but he's going to have a seat, and we're going to have our wonderful partner to Pineview, Daryl. Come on up.
Good evening. I am Gerald Jones, and I am your school board member for District 3, and I represent all the schools on the south side, stretching all the way from Fort Braden to James S. Rickards High School. And although I'm on my way to Rickards High School, there was no way that I could not come and celebrate the best elementary school in all of Leon County. Will you join me in a round of applause for our Pineview Jaguars? Y'all can do better than that. These are our babies who are now preparing to go to middle school. They are educated, they are equipped, and they are empowered to do great things. Give them another round of applause. As I like to tell my other school board colleagues, the Mecca has moved south. That means the best and the brightest in our community are on this side of town. And why? First, I want to acknowledge all of the teachers and faculty at this school. Will all of our teachers and faculty please stand? Thank you for the extraordinary work that you do. I remind all of our teachers that you love first and teach second. Congratulations to you on a great school year and all that you continue to do to serve our children. I want to acknowledge the administrative team that joins their great principal in this great work. Where is our assistant principal? Thank you, madam, and to everyone who helps to serve our young people in extraordinary ways. Now, let me be very clear. I have every school on the south side. That means Sable Palm, Bond, Oak Ridge, Nims, Fairview, James S. Rickards High School, and Lively Vocational Technical College. But the person who serves as the yardstick by which all other leaders are measured is the principal of Pineview Elementary School, your principal, Carmen Connor. Y'all can do better than that. Carmen Connor is the best principal in all of Leon County. Y'all may be seated. Let me tell you why she's the best principal. When she came to Pineview, Pineview was an F by state standards. The grade that you had earned was an F. But what she said most clearly, but there's no failure in my children. The failure is in the environment in which they are instructed. My grandfather said that you can either be a thermostat or a thermometer. Thermometers merely measure temperature. Thermostats set it. And she created an environment of love and wholeness, compassion, and kindness, and grew to love each and every one of you and called you by your names. And in you, she saw great potential, but more importantly, she understood, Reverend Hagler, that each of these children were divinely and uniquely made in the image of God. So I salute her. So now we've gone from an F to a C to a B and now an A. To my parents, I don't want it to be lost on you while you're in this sacred space. Mrs. Connor will tell you that they've been able to move the needle of progress because of the men who have led and been the shepherd of this house. God said, I will call shepherds after my own heart. First, Reverend Simmons, and now Reverend Hagler have been intentional about their commitment to your children and to the schoolhouse that sits in its shadow. I believe firmly if you want to know someone's priorities, look at their checkbook. This church has been intentional about making monetary investments of both their money, their time, and their talent to the benefit of our children. Parents, will you please join me in saluting Reverend Hagler and the good people of the Jacob Chapel Church. They have done a miraculous thing for our kids. Now, finally, as I prepare to go to Rickers, young people, look at me. This is my message to each and every one of you. First, always endeavor as you prepare to go to middle school to be kind, to be generous, and to be nice. The Bible says, if you cast your bread upon the waters, God promises that your kindness and your generosity will return to you. So always be kind, be nice, because there is a reward in doing so. You, even as young people, will live a blessed life. Second of all, I want you to commit to being lifelong learners. Say it with me. Lifelong learners. I want you to be intellectually curious. I want you to spend the summer reading, watching educational programs so that it stimulates your mind. That's what separates you from average people. And you're not average. You're jaguars. So always be a lifelong learner. Look at me, young people, and this is the most important message of all, because you're getting ready to now go to middle school. And you'll meet children that will come from other schools who did not have Mrs. Connor as their principal and did not have these teachers as their teachers. And they did not perhaps know the same kind of love that you have known. So this is critically important. You listening? Choose your friends wisely. I am 54 years old, and I can tell you that choosing your friends wisely, listen, even now, is still critically important. And if you're uncertain of whether or not you're choosing the right friends, let this be your litmus test. If you can't bring those friends around your parents, they don't need to be your friends. So my lesson is clear, right? Always be kind and generous. Always be intellectually curious. And choose your friends wisely, because the choices you make now will determine your destiny. And as I like to say, every week at school board meeting, Pineview Jaguars, for each of you, the best is yet to come. Congratulations. I am proud of each and every one of you.
Guys, I must first apologize. I've known this man a long time. And when I came back to my seat, when I left my seat, he wasn't there. And when I came back, he was there. And then he said, "Now you gotta announce me on the program." Well, with the lights and my glasses, I couldn't tell who it was. I thought it was Reverend Hagler sitting next to me. But this is one of our biggest supporters and fan of Pineview Elementary School. When we say, "Can we have," it's already there. So let's salute our great and wonderful partner, Mr. Darrell Jones.
She didn't recognize me because I've gotten skinty now.
Well, I don't have to really say much about this next person that's coming up. Mr. Jones have told you a lot about her. And I had the pleasure of being at Pineview when she came. And as he said, she created a whole new environment at Pineview Elementary School. A place where your kids could come, not be afraid. They felt loved. But not only did they feel loved, the teachers felt loved. She spoiled us rotten, and still do. Even myself, and I'm not even there every day. But she's an awesome person. And you have been blessed, your kids have been blessed to have Miss Carmen Connor at our school.
Good evening, everyone. I am tickled as I was watching and seeing everybody walk in and all of the pews are filled. I'm just so tickled inside because for the past 6 years, we have hosted our promotion ceremony in our cafeteria. And year after year, we've come to a point where we only had standing room. So I asked Miss Tasha, our dear friend of Jacob Chapel Baptist Church, can we use the church so that we can have our promotion ceremony? And she said, of course. So all I was expecting was for us to come into church and just have our friends over and to have our celebration. But she added on so many more details that you'll see soon. But Miss Tasha, thank you for extending. Can y'all give her a round of applause? Thank you so much. But moreover, our school board members shared how wonderful this church has been to us. For the past 4 years, 4 or 5 years, this church has been extremely supportive of our school. Many of you know every school supply that has been purchased over the past few years have been purchased by this church, and not like the cheap crayons, like the good crayons, the Crayola crayons, and the good paper and scissors. They have spared no expense when it comes to our school. Moreover, they've supported our teachers in Teacher Appreciation Week. For years, we have gotten our cars washed by one of the ministries here. We have gotten good old fish fries, and I could go on and on, but this church has been everything to us, and I thank you all so much for the continued support. Can you give them a round of applause for that? Thank you. And to our teachers, these fifth grade teachers, and to the teachers at Pineview Elementary School, they give a lot. To our families here, to the parents and grandmas here and granddads here, these teachers give everything. They give of their time, they give of their money, they promise your kids special little treats that they pay for themselves. These individuals here that sit on this stage have given everything to make sure that your children are great. They have grown tremendously, as has been described in your students' test scores. The amount of growth that our kids have made, it's been tremendous, and it's because of these teachers. Would you give them a round of applause? And a little part of this ceremony makes me a little sad, because there's some individuals in this room that have been my ride or dies from when you all were in kindergarten. There's these grandmas out here like Grandma Savage. That's my girl over there. There are grandmas, there's moms. Miss Danita Ray's mom, I don't know where she is right now, but that was my first friend when I got to Pineview. And to see that I have seen you all grow up from kindergartners to now fifth graders, but I'm going to miss my friends that I've made and parents and grandparents along the way. But y'all know where to find me. I'm there every day, all day. So don't forget your sister, okay? So I thank you, parents, and I thank you for your support. You all have been our number one cheerleaders. When I call, you all answer every single time, and I'm grateful for that. And to our little friends here, now this part, I hope I don't get choked up, but to see your little faces, I still see some of these kindergarten faces in you. And it brings me so much pride to know how much you've grown. Here I go. You all have grown, and I've watched it. You all have matured, but I can remember when you couldn't read. And now you can read. And parents, they took this test a couple of weeks ago. That reading test was a doozy. They sat for hours. Over 3 hours, they sat and they read and they tried, and they never gave up. So to see you learn your letters and sounds and to read passage after passage after passage, and then to persevere through that and to do well, it just makes me proud. So to my little friends, I want you to remember this moment. I can go back, and I remember when we didn't have a fifth grade promotion. We had like a little luncheon, and I remember it very well. The food wasn't good, but we ate on real plates. I thought that was really cool. But I remember it. But I want you to remember, this is the start of your journey for when you all are now matriculating through school. This is part 1. Part 2 is middle school, high school, and then whatever you choose to do, whether you choose to go to college or a trade. So this is the beginning. And I want to leave you with this. I always read this at all of our promotion ceremonies. And I want you to think about it. And this is for adults too. It's called thinking. If you think you're beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't.